This is Pamela. She loves to read and lose herself in fantasies and crime thrillers. Because she has a packed schedule, she's very particular when it comes to choosing the right books. Here she is, reading A Brief History of Time, suggested to her by Goodreads' Top 10 list. It'll be a few more pages till she realizes that dull stuff about black holes and time relativity really isn't her thing. Ah, so boring. Well, a few hours wasted on that. Thanks, Goodreads. More like crap reads. Pamela needs something that understands her, learns about her preferences, and helps her choose her books quickly and intelligently. Enter Librai, a book app that knows you. Librai is super easy to use. You can download it straight to your phone from the browser without having to navigate to any app store. Simply sign in with an email or just log in with your Google account. Tell Librai what you like to read and let Librai do the heavy lifting. The dashboard is super intuitive and gives you personalized recommendations based on your user profile. No more wasting hours reading a book you realize you don't like. Have you read The Hobbit before? Great! Give it a rating so Librai can get to know you better. Are you interested in To Kill a Mockingbird and want to save it for later? Bookmark it and check back when you have time. Looking for something specific? Just search for it in the search bar and get an instant compatibility score. Ha! Shantaram is rated 5 out of 10 for you. Oh, and if you're feeling super lazy or just browsing in a bookstore, use Librai's smart camera feature. Simply scan a book and ta-da! Librai, now available on web, Android, and iOS. So your mom was right. Don't judge a book by its cover. We'll do it for you. It's time to make reading cool again.
Librai's smart camera feature runs on Google Cloud Vision AI, specifically optical character recognition that extracts printed and handwritten text from any given photo. As book covers generally tend to have unrelated information, such as awards or quotes or reviews, we had to run the results through our own algorithm and process the text based off of placement, size, or context in order to get the best results for the user. The search query result was then used to fetch the book from the Google Books API, which we are using all throughout the app. We also employed our own algorithm to get a personalized compatibility score for each user and book, which was deduced based on explicit factors such as user-given information, as well as implicit factors such as results from the recommendation engine that is gathered through a large data set of user-item interactions.
At first, we were using TensorFlow for machine learning to create our models, but to keep our recommendations updated, we would have to periodically get our most up-to-date data, train our Keras model in Python, then convert it back to TensorFlow.js for us to be able to give recommendations, which is not sustainable given the size of our team and the scope of our project. Our solution was to use Reckonbee instead. Unlike traditional rule-based recommendation systems, Reckonbee's AI-driven solution reflects real-time changes and the complexity of user behavior online. For Librai, we are using a collaborative filtering model, which are based on the assumption that people like things similar to other things they like, and things that are liked by people with similar taste. In order to keep our recommendations up to date, and to give the best possible experience, every single interaction, any action on the backend, book view, bookmark, ratings, and so on, we have to incorporate and continuously update to Reckonbee so the algorithm is training, the KPIs improve, and we can provide an amazing user experience.
Moving on to the full Librai tech stack. For the backend, we used Express, Docker to build a PostgreSQL container, and Sequelize to interact with this container. On the front end, we used React set up as a PWA, TypeScript for stricter code and pre-compile time error checking, and Redux for state management. For the styling and animations, we used Sass, Material UI, and Lottie. And finally, multiple APIs including Google Books, Google Cloud Vision AI, Reckonbee Engine, and Cloudinary for images. So why did we choose Docker, Sequelize, TypeScript, and Redux? They give you short-term loss but long-term gain, in that they require much more setup and initialization, but you really feel the benefits when your app starts to scale. For example, Docker gave us a light, fast, packaged up, and isolated database. Sequelize, after defining all of our model associations, let us run complex SQL queries under the hood with just some simple getter and setter methods, such as user.addBook and user.setBook. And finally, Redux gave us easy access to our global state and subscribes to any changes that happen elsewhere, meaning any page on our app is always up to date.
While building Librai, we faced multiple development challenges, such as a computer dying on us and not being sure what the best approach for an effective Git workflow would be. In addition, we highly underestimated the importance of responsiveness and error handling, and if we could go back, we would definitely allocate more time to these particular sprints. We did, however, utilize the Agile Scrum methodology, which allowed us to stay on track and smash our deadlines. As a remote development team, we had to prioritize communication above everything else, and thus we had daily morning stand-ups as well as end-of-day meetings in which we would assess our work, merge our work, and discuss the progress of our application. And on a final note, we had a great team dynamic which allowed us to work effectively and have a lot of fun while doing so.